Okay, Sarah's walking me through how to run payroll. We're in Replicon under reports. Okay, back over to you.
All right, so now we're going to go to time off on that left-hand side,
Okay.
and then time off details. And then we always want to click current timesheet period and date range because you're going to be running payroll on Wednesday, Wednesday morning or afternoon. You want to make sure to do it before 4 p.m. Um, and ideally like a few hours before 4 p.m. so that Greg has a chance to look at it and say it's good.
Okay.
So then current timesheet period because that's through end of day on that Wednesday that you're running payroll
Okay.
information. And then you want to make sure under user that it says all, which it does. And then under time off, for some reason it defaults to only selecting 9, but you want to make sure you click select all.
Okay.
And then you want all approval statuses too, because sometimes things are not approved on time, but that person is like still planning to take the day off because they've gotten like a verbal approval from their supervisor.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was cool. And then run report. And so far, we've only got 16 hours from Colton. So typically you'd see like a few more than this, but this is nice and easy. And usually I would like jot that down on a piece of paper. You don't have to, but when it's like more, when it's like a bigger list of time off requests, I'll usually jot it down.
Okay.
We can go back to Gusto. Oh, sorry.
Okay. And then this, what we're basically looking for is total number of hours. Does it matter like which day or anything, or is it just total hours and what type of time
It
off?
doesn't matter which day.
Okay. And
Yeah, it only matters the type of time off, and yeah, that's all that matters is the type of time off. So floating holidays and personal days and vacation days are all the same in Gusto. They're all going to be lumped into PTO.
okay.
And anything, sorry, the sick days are like a separate category in Gusto.
Okay, cool. So it's basically lumped into sick days and PTO.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What's the weather going to be in Thailand?
Oh, I think it's going to be nice. It's like the dry season.
Nice.
So it's like pretty the coolest it ever gets, but it's still going to be like 70s and 80s.
Oh, that is perfect.
It's not like raining or anything. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming I go to run payroll.
Yep, exactly. And then run regular payroll. And then you'll put everyone at 80 hours except for those people who have time off requests. So Colton had whatever 80 minus 16 is.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad that I want to use a calculator for that. 64.
Excellent.
Okay.
So yeah, so you'll subtract those hours from this front page, and then you'll scroll down. Oh, actually, I should mention if we're going to continue to do 1,000 retainer for air every month, then what you would do is you would go to other earnings next to air's name.
And I do this once a month, right? For air.
Uh, yes, so you could do it a couple different ways. You could do like $500 every, or no, sorry, you couldn't do that. Never mind. I do typically 1,000 other payroll.
Okay.
Or
And then which did we just do? I just want to make sure I know which payroll. I guess it would it really matter, but for December, let's see.
yeah, so actually, what you can do is you can go um, Air's profile, and you can look at his last pay stub and see if it had that $1,000 on it.
Okay, so
And if it
basic. Okay, got it. If and is it ever, sorry, is it once a month or every other week?
So it's once a month, which
It's
so
normally every other week, but sometimes there's like 3 pay periods.
yeah, exactly. So like I think I kind of like like I have it on my calendar every day that he needs the retainer till the end of the year, and I could like invite you to all of those little events if you want. I'm pretty sure I like calculated it so that it would come out to like the right amount by the end of the year. Or maybe maybe the last one was going to be a little bit less, or I'm not quite sure, but I did put it in my calendar to make sure it came out to the right amount, so I could invite you to those events. But I guess none of this matters unless we know for sure that I'll be getting that in 2018 as well.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Invite me to the calendar thing anyway. And then, yeah, I can make sure to check with Greg about what's supposed to happen in January. But if I do need to add that, I would just go to other earnings. Is that
So
right?
there are a couple different ways you can do it. So you can click other earnings. And okay, so sometimes under other earnings, there's a little section for correction payment. And I think because I've given him one like too many times, that section went away. So like for your name, you would actually have that, but for his, he doesn't have it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and click cancel, and then we're gonna do it under the one called correction payment. So yeah, and then you would just put $1,000 in right there. If you did like bonus or something, so you don't want to do a bonus unless it's actually a bonus because the bonuses are taxed at 25%.
Wow.
Which is just like crazy and doesn't make sense unless it's
Yeah.
actually a bonus.
Okay. So I would just do this and then whatever vacation or sick time I would put in. Um, and then,
So the
okay.
vacation sick time is on the next screen.
Okay, so I'm just
So
subtracting the hours though
exactly.
of hours
Yeah.
worked because this is literally hours worked. Okay. Um,
I don't know. Probably nobody will have overtime, but I think the little overtime button is like pretty self-explanatory.
so I could just
Um,
do 5 hours overtime, and it,
yeah.
it automatically calculates that overtime rate.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, and then if I click to go to the next page, can I cancel it out?
Yeah. You
Okay,
can do that.
okay.
Nothing will happen.
Although I don't think anyone would be really that upset if they got a random paycheck. Okay, so here's where I put in the type of PTO, is
Yeah.
that right? Or it would only go into one of these two categories.
Yeah. So it's gonna be in PTO in that first column, 16 hours.
Okay.
Exactly. And then for Dorothy, it says she's not participating, but I just need to update that. She is participating in Replicon. I just need to update her time in Gusto.
Okay.
And then again, like you should always go by the time off that people have in Replicon because that's the most accurate one. For most people, it's going to be like pretty close. But yeah, anyway.
Okay.
So that is pretty much it, and then you would scroll all the way down. You would save and continue, but I think at this point, if you
It
click
would
save and
actually do it.
continue, then it'll start to like actually run payroll. So we don't really need to go further than that. If you make a mistake, like I've made the mistake before where I paid Air and I shouldn't have because I paid him last time, or I think I've even done the opposite. Then you can always cancel the payroll. And let me see if I can show you how to do that. If you go to, we can just leave this page now. If you go to, I want to say reports on that left hand side. Yeah, and then payroll history.
Okay. Here.
Mm-hmm. So if you had just run a payroll, then right where you were just hovering, where it said view details, there would also be an option to cancel payroll. So it would say cancel payroll with like some kind of like circular arrow button, and you would click that and they would just cancel it, and then you would be able to run it again. But again, if you did that after 4 p.m., then we wouldn't get paid until I think Monday.
Okay, so that's why it's so important to do it in the morning, just in case Greg sees something that's wrong and I need to go in and make that correction, cancel it. And then to make a correction, you literally cancel it and just redo it. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then once you do run the payroll, when you email Greg and I, Um, how do you get that report that you send to him? Is it this?
So no, so after you once you like follow all the steps, all the save and continue steps at the bottom of the page, you'll get a screen that says like congratulations, you finished running payroll. And then there will be a link that says what your company pays, and then under that there will be a link that says what your employees take home. And under that what your employees take home section, if you click on that, then you'll see the option to download pay stubs and to download like a full payroll report.
Okay.
Then downloading both of those and attaching those to the email.
Okay. And then anything I need to know about that, I basically just say, here's payroll, please reply. I can just copy basically what you put on your email. But is there
Yeah,
anything I need to do? Do I need to encrypt that or anything like that?
no, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. And then
Copy me on it, even though I'm not here. That would be great, just because I need that record, especially when it comes time for the audit.
okay. And then in terms of the pay period, just where it says pay period ends, those are the days that we run payroll, right? So you'll do it on the 13th, um, and then I'll do it on the 27th.
Yeah, wait, sorry. Let me look at my calendar. So yes, I will do it on the 13th, and then you will do it on the 27th exactly.
Okay, and then I have it like at the top thing, but I'm gonna put it like a calendar reminder. Okay, cool. And then I'll do it obviously on the other days. I'm actually gonna give myself on the 10th, run payroll, and then so once Greg puts approved, I don't actually have to do anything, right? That just means I don't have to change anything. The only time I need to take an action after I send that
Yeah,
is if he says something's off.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else?
So I thought you were running it 2 times, but it looks like you're actually running it 3 times
Yeah, the
because you're doing it on the
24th.
24th and then the 10th and the 27th.
Yep. Okay. I got this all in my calendar on top of the master calendar thing. Um,
Okay.
okay, cool. And then I'm just assuming if there's any questions about vacation time or if somebody goes, I would just reach out to that person's supervisor and see what's going on if I have any questions about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the scenario, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions towards the end of the year about can I roll over this or what gets rolled over? Do you remember offhand?
Yeah.
I guess I'll just look at, so no, sick time does not roll over, it starts fresh. And then PTO, you can roll over like up to a certain amount. I guess I can just look in the employee handbook.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. I'm trying to remember what we ultimately decided. Like that it makes the most sense for like I think after we heard from Wendy, our pro bono lawyer, like to me it made the most sense to just allow those personal days and floating holiday to roll over because it's like it's just a little confusing in Replicon to not have them roll over. But then I kind of feel like we should just call them regular vacation days. It's just all a little bit confusing. Oh, and then also in order for things to roll over, they need to accrue. Otherwise, like it doesn't work in Replicon, but those days don't accrue. So I think that's ultimately why we decided not to have them roll over because we wanted to be able to just give them all at the beginning of the year without waiting for them to accrue. So I don't totally remember,
Okay.
um, but yeah, we can make like exceptions for people, or we can just decide that they can roll over for everybody. Can we go into Replicon right now, really fast?
Yeah. And I guess maybe starting with your example, like how would I process, whoa, sorry, there's like some feedback. But how would I process that to make sure that when you come back from vacation that your balances look correct?
So let's go to administration, and then users under employees and